Maestro. Man, it would be something. Wow, that meter. Oh, yeah. You check the chitlin. Y'all want to check the chitlin right quick? Woo! Chitlins! Woo! Let me tell you if I get to go though. We were talking the other day, me and some of the brothers. I'm going to get ready to let y'all go. I mean, it's kind of serious, y'all. Is sex worth losing your hearing and your sight for? Cause I mean, you wind up getting a trouble. When they say no, whenever, it can still be rape. And you get that stuff, you can't hear somebody say stop. And you tell them you won't stop. We would think about what you can come out with to help people when they go deaf and blind from the see Alice. It's like a braille thing. They know to stop. You read braille. Listen, we got to corner the market. See, Alice ain't going nowhere. All we can do, we can keep, we put on now can keep down rape charges. Think about it. Then you do the braille and you stop. Do anybody want to help chip in for this? I'm trying to stop crying. Y'all, Brandon, you can't see it. Think of the money we can make. All I need is $100 a person. What y'all got, any allowance or anything? Y'all want to bring? Y'all don't want to chip in either? Who want to try to put in some? We just folded. Don't worry about it. We owe me clothing one day. Don't worry about it. Don't even worry about it. We tried. All right, now, when somebody come out with it now next week, control your Cialis, then y'all going to be sitting around saying, we should have went on and invested then. So y'all just remember now, y'all heard of him first on the Henry Earl Show. Y'all ready? All right, Maestro. All right, we do always rise and give honor to the Most High, y'all. His son, Yeshua, the true Messiah, always all of y'all divine preachers in every place, preaching, teaching, living y'all's divine word. Always the beloved ministers that labor in this part of in y'all. I'm not ashamed to call brethren, because disregarding to them their prospective places. Always to those that are watching in by way of live internet, to the dispersed, to the scattered, to the Jews first, then also to the Gentiles, because disregarding to them their prospective places. As we often say, last, never least, to the way of Yah synagogue. Proper honor you all in your prospective places. Amen. Once again, from TV, internet, radio, wherever our voice can be heard, wherever we can be seen. Before we came on, had nothing come on. When we got there, absolutely nothing else coming on. They're not teaching Kodesh, living a clean, sanctified life. The people ain't in nothing, and they hadn't heard nothing. This is an attempt to collect the debt. Whatever you hypocrite, false pretend, backbite, mumbling, grumble against will be used in that collection of a debt. These messages are always being recorded for quality assurance to make sure no side deals get cut with nobody. But everybody got to come in, brother, in straight, narrow path. Wonderful Savior. Amen. Isn't that right? While I'm talking, give me the 4th chapter of the book of Ephesians at verse 1. Ephesians chapter 4 at verse 1.
Amen.
Listen to the book.
I, therefore, the prisoner of the Lord, beseech you that ye walk worthy of the vocation wherewith ye are called.
What do we call that? What do we say, brother? Vocation. That's right, occupation. So what we call to be? Called to be saints. Isn't that right? Listen.
Amen. With all lowliness and meekness, with long suffering, forbearing one another in love, endeavoring to keep the unity of the Spirit.
What does that mean, brother, endeavoring? Attempting. Come on.
In the bond of peace.
Come on.
There is one body and one Spirit, even as ye are called in one hope of your calling.
Hold what you got before you go down. Something come to mind. 1 Corinthians 15. At verse 33. That's a true statement, too. There is one body. Even as you're called and one hope of your calling. One Lord, one faith. One faith. What is faith, brethren? That's right. Evidence of things unseen. One faith. And that's something we ought to always consider. Isn't that right? What did Jude? Give me Jude right quick. You hope what you got. Jude. Book of Jude, the 3rd verse. Last book before Revelation. Don't be looking at 1 Peter. And please don't be in the Old Testament around Deuteronomy. This is Jude. Jude 1 and 3. Listen.
Beloved, when I gave all diligence to write unto you of the common salvation.
Of the what now?
Common salvation.
Listen, what is common, brother? Something shared by many. Isn't that right? Somebody, that's why sometimes you try to go and sell something. Sometimes it might not have a lot of value because it's common. A lot of people have it. Isn't that right? So when you start looking at the common salvation, it's going to be something that anybody that's saved going to possess it. Isn't that right? He said a common salvation. That don't mean when he said some shared by many that the world have. He writing a letter to the Saint Jude 1 and 1. Listen.
Jude, the servant of Jesus Christ, and brother of James, to them that are sanctified by God the Father.
So don't go take that when he said common salvation. He's talking about everybody. He talking to them that are where now? Whenever
sanctified by God the Father.
Sanctified by God the Father.
And preserved in Jesus Christ.
So guess what? It's going to be common salvation among them. Listen.
And called.
Listen.
Mercy unto you, and peace and love be multiplied.
Yes.
Beloved, when I gave all diligence to write unto you of the common salvation, it was needful for me to write unto you and exhort you
that what happened?
That ye should earnestly contend for the faith which was once delivered unto the saints.
Now, when you start to consider these things, there are things we have to look at. What a lot of time will hinder us from actually apprehending the faith, or actually taking hold of the faith. A lot of time, the things that we allow to come in our life and other things we'll let come in and enter in, they'll come in, it'll be a hindrance and a stagnate us. We start looking at what we're talking about being a prisoner of the Lord. He's talking about being captured. When you're a prisoner, we talked about before, a prisoner don't have the same rights. Anybody being incarcerated, you're considered to be property of the state. Which means you can't have, like, if you get caught having sex with somebody, that's a crime because you're property of the state. You are no longer in control of yourself. You don't have that type of latitude, that type of permission you can go and do what you want. You can't just leave. You can't just have a relation like people do in the street. You're owned by somebody. Just like when you buy the government, you government property. People don't realize that when you're a soldier, you go do something to your flesh, they can actually get you. That's destruction of government property. So when he talked about being a prisoner of the Lord, you got to understand from one or two avenues, either from being in the military or being incarcerated. Being a prisoner, which means you don't control yourself anymore. You don't have any sayings anymore over what you're able to do. Whatever you give, all your allowances come in by higher power. You understand that? Now, what hinders a lot of us from getting into that state is the mere fact we can't put certain things away. Pick me back the book of Matthew chapter 13. I call 1 Corinthians 15 about 33. We'll get that. We were going one way, but the good Lord said, come around another one. Amen. This is the 13th chapter of the book of Matthew. Start at verse 1. Listen.
The same day went Jesus out of the house and sat by the seaside, and great multitudes were gathered together unto him.
Yeah.
So that he went into a ship and sat, and the whole multitude stood on the shore. And he spake many things unto them in parables, saying, Behold, a sower went forth to sow. And when he sowed, some seeds fell by the wayside.
Yes.
And the fowls came and devoured them up.
Yes.
Some fell upon stony places, where they had not much earth.
Yes.
And forthwith they sprung up, because they had no deepness of earth.
Yes.
And when the sun was up, they were scorched. And because they had no root, they withered away.
Yes.
And some fell among thorns.
And you know what's amazing when we listen to this about having no root? The first thing we start looking at Ephesians, let's see what he taught right. Ephesians 2 and 20. You hold what you got. What you at, 13 and 5?
Verse 7.
Hold it for me, 13 and 7. Listen.
And are built upon the foundation of the apostles and prophets.
And are what now?
built upon the foundation of the apostles and prophets.
Yes.
Jesus Christ himself being the chief cornerstone.
And whom what?
All the building fitly framed together groweth unto a Kadesh temple in the Lord.
Where did he start at, brother? Foundation. My people in here that's familiar with building, you can't build without a foundation. Ain't that right? When you start to put a building, first thing I do is go put in the footing. They getting ready to try to set the foundation first. The foundation going to support the whole building. Isn't that right? I don't care how big the edifice is. You got to make sure if you're going to set a building up 150 stories in the air, 200 stories, whatever it is, you got to make sure your foundation can hold it. So you got to look at this thing we come through. It's already been set upon the foundation. The foundation already been set that it can hold whatever come upon it. Isn't that right? Paul told us every man take heed how he build thereupon. Because every man work going to be tried to see what sort it's of. Isn't that right? The foundation going to stand. And a lot of time what happened with the average of you guys here, you don't actually probably get set with a foundation. A lot of you come in because you do it just like what he talked about when the seer sow seeds. Isn't that right? He started to put them out. A lot of you guys fall in these different categories. Pick me back up at the 13th chapter, the 7th verse. This is Matthew chapter 13 and verse 7. Listen to the book.
And some fell among thorns.
And some fell among what?
Thorns.
Listen.
And the thorns sprung up.
And did what?
Choked them.
That's what a lot of y'all do. Y'all come in, you don't be careful. Y'all fall among thorns. You get choked. Just like, let me tell you something. That's the reason why you'll find stuff like weed and feed, weed kill. Huh? Because you know what'll happen? If you keep weed up around grass, it'll overtake it. You'll get a weed spot in your yard if you don't kill it. For people that lawn specialists and do lawn care, they tell you it'll grow and it'll overtake the grass. Don't you know those thorns will overtake that grass? Grass don't have a defense mechanism. Grass in a similitude like sheep. They don't defend themselves. Isn't that right? Anything else will come and overtake it. Isn't that right? Amen. And that's what wind up happening sometimes. You come in, y'all set in places and get caught up with people. Y'all let too many other things come in and be your vibe, be your source of strength. Relationships. Y'all get yourself caught up with friendships in here. You get yourself going with a whole lot of other things. Before you know it, it'll choke the word. Ain't that right? The purpose of choking it to keep anything from coming out or getting in. Listen.
But other fell into good ground.
He said, but other fell into good ground.
And brought forth fruit.
And did what?
Brought forth fruit.
How much?
Some 100-fold.
Yeah.
Some 60-fold. Some 30-fold.
Come on.
Who hath ears to hear, let him hear.
That's all I tell you. If you got an ear to hear, you ought to listen. Listen.
And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables?
Listen.
He answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven.
He said, given to you. That's why I was speaking to them in parables. Listen.
But to them it is not given.
You hear that? A lot of stuff that I speak and say, y'all don't wonder why sometimes your wives might fall away, or why kids might turn away, or why husbands or whatever it might be might turn away or turn a deaf ear to it. It ain't given to them to know it. And y'all are spending time of trying to tell them. It ain't given for everybody to know it. Disciples, even look, you think about the disciples, they sit here saying, they didn't say we don't understand. They're saying, why are you talking to them in parables? I mean, it's going to be hard for these people to understand that. You ought to, speak it in a way where people can understand it. He said, because it's given to you to know, but to them, I speak to them in parables. He that have an ear, let him hear what the Spirit say. A lot of y'all don't have an ear because of stuff y'all get yourselves caught up with. Hold what you got right quick. 1 Timothy chapter 4 at verse 1. Some of y'all have dangerous behaviors and dangerous conversations. Y'all don't ever listen. Y'all don't consider. Let me tell you something, honestly. I got so much more insight and foresight than a lot of y'all going to ever get in your lifetime. Why y'all waste y'all time trying to get around me? That's the dumbest, stupidest thing you can ever be trying to do. Because listen, I had to see for a lot further distance than a lot of you guys do. Y'all don't see. How many times I told y'all had to see further than vaginas and penises? Y'all don't ever catch on, do y'all? Y'all don't ever look at the danger of certain things y'all do in y'all conversations and actually get yourselves caught up with. It can't come to no good for you. You have to start looking at sometimes, listen, anything that can hinder, distract, or pull me away from the word ain't going to be profitable. It ain't no two-way, ain't no use of praying about it, asking God how to work. It's just not profitable. It's not going to be profitable. When there's a weight or anything, in the 12th chapter book of Hebrews, the Bible told us, seeing therefore we also compass about with so great a cloud of what now? Let us do what now? Every what? And the what else? A lot of stuff ain't got to be sin. It can be a weight. It can be too much on you. You know what's amazing? When Yeshua say, come unto me, all you that burden. What he'll give you? You can't rest when you got a lot on you. You can say what you want to. How many of y'all can rest you got a lot on you? You can't get, even you sleep, man, your mind turn. You know you got a heavy bill, a big situation going on. You trying to sleep, your eyes closed, you unconscious. When you wake up, your body said, nigga, you ain't been nowhere. That thing, you went to sleep with it, it weighed on you while you were unconscious, and when you came back conscious, it was still there. So you realize, I'm just as tired as I was before I laid down. Because a lot of times you have to be, this is the thing for everybody here. A lot of y'all look at me to hold y'all hand and direct tell you and to make you do everything. That's not my job. A lot of time I overstretch myself to have to babysit a lot of y'all's on issues. And suppose y'all sitting down hearing the word for yourself and identifying, you know where you at. Y'all, let me ask you something. What you think about me and such? Or do you think, what do you think about it? Why you come to ask me about it? Because you already know it's an issue. Why would you be coming to ask me if it wasn't an issue? Then you want to know what I think, because you really want to, what is it? You try not to assume risk. Transfer risk. That's all y'all want to try to do. You trying to cover yourself anywhere it goes, you can put it off on me. If you don't get what you want, you can put it off on me. And when your junk goes sour, you can put it off on me. Versus, you know, you hear the word. Every one of y'all in here, y'all hear the word. Listen to what he just said. Now, he just finished taking the 13th chapter of the book of Matthew. He that have an ear to hear, let him hear. Look at 1 Timothy 4:1. Listen to what he said.
Now the Spirit speaketh expressly.
Now, who going to hear this? Who can hear it? He said when he spake those parables, how did he speak those parables? Who remember what he said about it? What did he say? In a mystery. How did he say speak the parables? He said, as much as they were able to hear it. I can tell it to you as long as you can hear it. He spoke parable to them as much as they can hear them. Because they already know everybody ain't going to keep going. It sounds too much like a riddle to them. It's a riddle if you don't want to do something. Every one of y'all in here, you got a mind and you got some understanding. It's just when you want to use it. And be honest, let me tell you something. I was talking to Brother Dwayne about something. They were telling me about meetings he had to have. I said, now you can understand why I have to have so many meetings. I had to cover myself with y'all guys. Let me tell you what y'all to do. You won't use common sense. What y'all will try to use is, well, he didn't say nothing. If I just say, do what you know to do, as long as it's right, you're going to do the wrong thing. If you're not sat down and actually directed and told and shown what you need to do, if I don't cover myself in all these meetings, you'll always come back and you'll try to burn me. That's just your human nature. I told them the same thing in his meetings. Let me tell you, they'll try to say, we never discussed it. We did. Whenever I get y'all on something, I always ask y'all, do y'all not remember when I said it? Y'all say, yep, you said it. So now the person that tried to transfer risk had to say like a fool and realize, you did tell us that. I was hoping nobody else heard it, nobody remembered it, or maybe you didn't say it so I could cover myself and act like it never been discussed. Stuff that should just be common sense, you'll miss it every time. That's just human nature. Human nature, you'll just go and you'll do it. Let me tell you something. As perfect a man as Abraham was, what defined him to being perfect? His faith. And his faith was he believed what God told him. And he'd have just told Abraham, walk before me and be thou perfect. You hadn't set no statutes. You hadn't set no codes that govern behavior. You hadn't given me no judgments. So what's going to determine or what's going to validate me for being perfect? What's going to convict me and cause me to be a sinner? See, when y'all come, y'all don't realize a lot of things I tell you and I try to instruct you guys to do, it's going to determine whether or not you're going to be perfect with the Lord. And a lot of times y'all fail it. It's just automatically you're going to fail. Because you still show more of your productivity from being Adam than you do from being the children of Abraham. He don't take you back to Adam. He talked about being the children of Abraham. Because Abraham was perfect. Amen. Abraham was what Adam should have been. He was perfect. He didn't go and eat or nothing. He didn't touch nothing. He didn't go contrary when him about eating. It's just about following codes and guidelines and behavior. That's all he did. That made the man perfect. He believed God. He didn't go tempt to see, did he really, well, what was he actually saying though? Was he speaking in Aramaic or Hebrew? Was that in Greek? We like other brothers, excuse me, do you speak a Greek? Now they try to pull when you want, I'll use that for example, but people try to pull stuff when they don't want to do something. Anytime you don't want to do something, you try to do it, they say you try to transfer risk. Versus the mere factor of just following and obeying. That's the thing a lot of times you guys miss. Now this man started telling you, now the Spirit speaking expressly, you missed it because you ain't paid attention. Every time he speaks, he said, he that have an ear, let him hear what the Spirit say. Now he said the Spirit speaking
expressly.
What word were you for this? Specifically? What? I'm talking about the one beside the Pacific. Go ahead.
That in the latter time,
That some would do what?
depart from the faith.
What? Listen to this. Some going to depart, which means they're going to leave. The substance of things hope for evidence of things unfaithful. When we start reading when Paul said he was a prisoner of the Lord, some of the things he came to dictate or validate himself, he started telling you how many lords it was, how many bodies it was, what else he told you was. What else? Now the Spirit started talking specifically that in the latter time, some were going to depart from the
Faith.
Giving heed
to seducing spirits
and doctrine
of devils.
A lot of stuff y'all don't know what y'all speaking, what y'all do, how detrimental stuff is. Things that seem light to you guys, it's only light because y'all don't consider the word. This just got in the Bible today. How many of y'all know it just got here tonight? What spirit will tell you to do wrong? The Spirit of God? In the latter time, what y'all think wound up happening? He said they'll start to depart from the belief. This is why a lot of times you can't let a lot of things come in and start to kind of manipulate your mind. I'm being honest with y'all. What seemed light to you guys can be very detrimental. And you know what y'all problem is, really, as a people, a lot of y'all don't think nothing about a lot of stuff you do. You don't think nothing about it. That you're going to start giving heed to seducing, what was it again?
Spirits.
What does it mean to seduce somebody? Entice. Enticing spirit. What kind of spirit will tell you to go contrary? Now you say you start giving heed to it. Let me ask y'all something else. Is there anything Old Testament we can find that told you that? Who? Joseph when he did what now? Jehoshaphat and King of Israel. Pick him up in Proverbs 1 and 8. What you said was somewhat confident. That's right too now. What you saying too is right though. With the King of Israel and with Jehoshaphat. A lying spirit. Told him to go up anyway. Even after he was told not to go up. A lot of y'all show a lot of y'all do show your connection to Israel. To the King of Israel. Not our king. To the king in error. Just being honest with you. It's dangerous. Let me tell you something. When y'all being told something and something being told, well, when you being told something, I don't know how to say this. Really. Because it don't really have no real bearing. I guess the best way to say it, if a man of God told you to do something, or you instructed by a man of God to do something, you think it'd be profitable for you to do that? I wish we had a man of God then. So when y'all were told stuff, you follow that. That's got to be the problem. We ain't got no man of God. We don't have a man of God that easy to sit around and listen and do a whole lot of other things other than what you told. Listen to the book. It's Proverbs 1 and 7. Listen.
The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge.
That's what messed us up right now. What y'all think Abraham did? He had to fear God. Even with the son. The Bible said, though he was a son, yet he did what? Huh? What'd you say? You know it's in Hebrew. I know it's in there too. What'd you say? Ephesians 5 and 8. I'm sorry, Hebrew 5 and 8. Hebrew. I said Ephesians 5 and 8. That's in the Bible too, Ephesians 5 and 8. But give me Hebrew, that's right. 5 and 8. Y'all give me a second. There's a conclusion. Let me tell you what happens. When all of us are taught the same thing, everybody speak the same thing, what it winds up doing, it forces a person to do one or two things. Either follow, obey, or leave and go to hell. I'm just being honest with y'all. A lot of times y'all sit up too many little honey holes where people can sit up in there and hide and cover off in it and wind up dying and going to hell. And it's bad when you can sit around and hear the word and still get your own mindset. That's dangerous for a lot of y'all. Y'all just don't consider it though. This is the most important thing y'all gonna ever get in your life is the plan of salvation. The thing that Jude began to talk about, the common salvation, he let you know everybody that called to be saints, everybody sanctified in it, he said they got it. So then you got to ask yourself why you ain't got it. The call is being made. Why you ain't sanctified? Because y'all start putting too many other things in the front of things. What's the most important thing y'all been taught? Seek ye first the kingdom of who now? And here's what? And what have we done? Y'all try to go add stuff and you ain't got it. What you think gonna happen? This is a direct violation. You've been told what to do. Listen, there's nothing wrong, I told y'all before, with getting things, but y'all let things start to control y'all, and that's dangerous. The control you got to have it. That's why Paul said, I'm a prisoner. Don't expect, you can't go no prison. Hey, man, come on out here, we finna go to the club. I'm in behind, but what I'm tell you? I can't go. Come on, we finna go get these hoes over him. I can't go over there. It's things you can't do. See, just that mere statement, you should have understood. Y'all don't mean, you're supposed to be a prisoner of law, but you're free. Then how are you a prisoner? That makes no sense. You out here doing what everybody else doing, and you saying you're a prisoner of law. That makes absolutely no sense. Okay, listen to the book.
Though he were a son, yet learned he obedience by the things which he suffered. Mm-hmm. Being made perfect, he became the author of eternal salvation unto all them that obey him.
Yeah.
Called of God and high priest after the order of Melchizedek.
Back up at verse 6. Listen.
As he said also in another place, thou art a priest forever after the order of Melchizedek.
Yes.
Who in the days of his flesh, when he had offered up prayers and supplications with strong crying and tears unto him that was able to save him from death, and was heard.
Let me ask y'all a question. In the days of his what now?
In the days of his flesh.
What happened?
When he had offered up prayers and supplications with strong crying and tears,
yeah,
unto him that was able to save him from death.
Well, we consider this. What are you doing different in order for you to be saved? Everybody here gets struggles or have struggles. In the day of his biggest struggle, what did he wind up committing himself to?
Prayer and supplication.
Why y'all get into struggles and situations and y'all wind up committing yourself to the struggle? Like people say, I'm committed to the struggle. That's your stupidity. He committed himself to him that judged justly. In the day when he was tried, in the day when he was tested, when the day when he was put to an endless limit for him, at an end limit, he learned he had to commit himself to him. When y'all going through, why don't y'all do that opposed to trying to look to other people and look at other things to try to come and suffice you, which is to satisfy yourself. All these things we can learn from him. Being a son, yet this man had this type of mind. And the only way he could do it because he feared God. He feared not doing it. He knew what was going to be the alternative if he didn't. To be just like us. His testimony came through David. My foot had well nigh slipped. You start looking at other people and where they at and what they got. You can look at these other people in relationship and start to try to set yourself according to them and start looking and lusting what other people got, and you still ain't got nothing. The truth of the matter, that man didn't look at these people. He had to commit himself to God. And a lot of times y'all don't. When the hardest things come at you, when you push to the most end of your limit, that's when you ought to be trying to seek the more God. But y'all don't do that. Y'all think relationship, y'all think sex, you think these vaginas and penis are going to be your answer to your problem. You get these things be the worst thing you'll get. All you need is a good sick penis. Mm-hmm. Get you one of them Magic Johnsons. They ain't flop out some AIDS juice on you. Huh? Don't get you one of them vaginal infections. You'll learn. Whole lot of y'all better get y'all mind set on doing what the book said. If you didn't be risen with Christ, y'all better seek those things with y'all above what Christ said on the right hand of God. Set your affection on things above and not on things of the earth. You're supposed to be dead and your life's supposed to be hid in Christ and God. Listen here, anything in here you love and you got going to die or it's going to pass away or it's going to rot.
That's right.
Why you don't set your affection on something that's eternal? Even Paul said, why we look not the things which are temporal, but the things which are eternal. The stuff y'all got your most hope, your most love, your most attributes in is something carnal. That's dangerous. What you got in God? What do you have in God? And the sad part, that's the average of your testimony. You really ain't got nothing. Y'all will sit here and hear the word, and y'all will still make a man. He told you, cursed the man that made man his strength. He told you a curse. You made man your strength. How you live? You should tell a man don't live by bread alone. He live by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of God. How you living? You said, well, I made man your strength. He told you, cursed be you. That's crazy. Why am I put my hope and trust in somebody that's going to die? Ask you, why I'm going to fear a man who's going to die? Everybody living going to die. I'm going to put my hope, I'm going to put my trust and put my confidence on a man and you going to die? Man, so I'm going to look where? Well, which cometh my what? Where my help come from? Which made what? They ain't where y'all hope at. Y'all hope in the relationship. Let me tell you something. How many in here married? Look at the hands. Raise your hands up. How many in here married and separated? Keep your hands up. You can put them down. So the answer ain't marriage. A lot of stuff, a lot of these single folk, they don't know that. They think marriage is the answer. They have no idea. Marriage be just the opening of a maze and you really find out who you are. Marriage is just a maze of opening. You really find out what you done married yourself to and find what kind of mess you in. Then you stuck in it trying to figure how you get out of it or how you ever got in it and how it just hurry up just trying to figure whatever just to figure how in the world it even happened. A lot of times y'all actually think that's going to be the answer to your prayer and you don't realize sometimes it be the worst thing you ever done in your life. I'm just being honest with you because y'all got a better opportunity than a lot of us y'all think is to keep you out of something. And a lot of times to keep you out of something, a lot of y'all, you ain't got the maturity, you ain't got the mindset, you ain't got the understanding to even think about no marriage. That'll be honest with the average, you really don't. Y'all just can't take it. I just finna tell them singing me. I said, I could tell y'all some stuff. I said, you couldn't take it. One person said, tell it. He didn't want me to do that. How many of y'all singing for me to tell you flat face to your face how what it is right now live streaming? How many of y'all got the go now you want to hear? One of them. One man. Who else? Two of them. Three of them. Who else? Four of them. Where y'all at? Go on, stand on your feet and tell me you want to know. All right, y'all put up there. Put that camera on. No. Now on your best day, no. No. Working on it. No. On your best day, no. Where the rest of them? No. No. Come on, put the camera. Where? Come on, ask. Why these sisters won't get on their feet? I won't marry you. I'll marry you to somebody though. I think you could do it. No. Possible. No. Who else? Who else? Oh, she got somebody on her. Prince, I don't even know what you just did. She made Gavin say, I couldn't stay sleeping. This is what she gonna do. Possible. Possible. Work in progress. When I said work in progress, yes. With some work, yes. Nobody else? Work and done progress. Real, I'm talking about man at work. I need construction sign. He could do it. You just gotta, you crazy. I just gotta get you from being crazy. For real. Sound, not fearful. You fearful. It'll hurt you. When you're leading the wild, you can't have no fear. I'm going to tell you when I say not having no fear, and it's some more I can get in depth with. I need time to get y'all in depth. I'm going to get y'all back on y'all feet. I'm going to tell you why. Because some of them say, why he say no? How many of y'all want to know why? You get back on your feet and I come and I'm going to tell you flat-footed. But with you got to stop being fearful. As a man, you get fear, but you have to get past them. And I'm being honest, when you get a why, you get for. Do you want to know? You have to push past it. There's a lot of stuff you have to push past. There's a lot of time I ain't see. I could look like I could see the end, look like I couldn't see my way out of it, but you have to keep pushing to do it. It take that. I'm going to tell you something. If the man crack, the woman falling. That's just being honest. You crack under pressure. And you get away, you can't crack under no pressure. I'm telling you, it's rough. I remember one time I used with Basha with A1 Pronto. I remember one time that thing that was done there bottom upside down with him. I mean, that fella said, you got to be able to see it the way I see it. I remember that. That fella said, people don't realize when you get a wire, you can't stop. You got to push back. If the YC interfere, y'all know that. And the man said, you got to make it happen. I'm telling you now, you got to make it happen. And that's why I say that when you get a wife behind you, a wife has to be able to trust a man with what we teach and what a woman got to be able to do and how she got to be able to follow. The best way to keep her mouth closed and make it easy for her to follow, she got to know that man out there, he going to make it happen. I'm going to be honest with you. And you got to, and this not just different, y'all brother, man, you got to be a God-fearing man. Because when you don't see it, you need God to move. There's been plenty of time I ain't seen it. God had to move. Y'all hear me? Listen, man, I done seen everything in. Right in my sleep, I done seen the end of a thing right there in my bed. God had to move. And you ain't no praying, man. Man, you be a disaster in every time. It be over with before it start. A lot of y'all don't, man, I'm telling you something, man, you got to be. He got enough. Chris, I seen you pull through pressure. I remember from the time of coming at the hospital when Sister Nikki first had that stroke and how you stood and you come here. These folks don't know. Man, you got to be a praying man. Y'all brother don't know that. When I tell y'all know, it be honest with you. Man, a lot of stuff y'all got to think it's just getting this stuff and just bang-a-lane, walk around with a suit and a tie and think you a man. That junk don't mean nothing. Let me tell you something. You're going to be pushed to every end you got. You're going to have to be able to pray. You're going to have to be able to lead about your family. And you got to be able to have confidence with your family. And you got to have confidence in God. Man, there's been time I done pushed and I done it. It's always been God. There's been time God done stopped me and let me say, son, let me show you. I've been doing this. I'm trying to tell you now. God done put me in such a way to make me push. Then God done let me see when I've been pushing. It's been God. You got to see God first. A lot of y'all ain't doing that. Y'all trying to see them vaginas. Y'all ain't looking for no God. Y'all just looking to get somewhere and sow your oat. It's bigger than this thing. That thing bigger than Nino Brown now. It's bigger than that little mustard square y'all going after. But a lot of y'all, I'm being honest with y'all. The average y'all, now, let me tell you something. Let me just keep it flat foot with y'all like it is. When I put y'all on this stage for some of y'all, that whole thing was a snap for some of y'all. Do y'all actually think I didn't know some of y'all already have still been talking? Y'all niggas really think I be stupid, don't you? Y'all just fall yourself right into a mess. I just watch y'all. Y'all know y'all been screwing up. I put y'all in a meeting, put out there on y'all to see if you're going to come up, if you're going to get enough sense to realize, this man has set me up. But that's my job. You always think of me as being a dumb nigga you want to. Have I ever called one of these relationships wrong? I don't know why y'all even try to get around me. It ain't going to work. None y'all do ever going to work. And y'all be thinking God give y'all stuff. God ain't giving you nothing. God's setting you up for you to go right to hell to show you. Your heart ain't right. Your heart ain't in the right place. You ain't motivated to do the right thing. And it's going to wind up coming to your hurt. You ain't here for no relationship. You're here to get your soul saved first. That's priority over anything else. If your soul ain't saved, what good is a marriage? You going to wind up being miserable. You're going to wind up being unhappy. Y'all looking at a lot of us came in here. We didn't even know the truth. We found out more about ourselves and our relationship when we came this way. That's not the truth for the average of us. A lot of stuff we just didn't know. We wound up coming, opened up to find out some things that opened up for to realize this thing is a whole lot more than what I thought. Y'all think it's a trap to keep you from getting somebody. No, the thing is to get you to learn yourself. And first of all, learn yourself is get the Lord first. I watch some of what y'all go after. Some of y'all, you don't even see a ton of bricks hitting you in the head saying, all of this is wrong. It's all wrong. And you know what they try to do? How can I hide this from Pastor? How can I keep him from knowing about it? It's like, how can you hide it from me? Do you know you ain't in nothing when you got to hide it from me? Because if it was something, why are you trying to hide it? Why am I going to waste my time on he can't find out about it? Make sure he don't know. Right here, all the coverage of something wrong. Why am I even worried about him if it's right? Why I got to worry about covenant if it's right? Y'all don't catch on to nothing. If y'all were to take your time and focus on the most important thing, make sure you're saved. And y'all don't do this. Some of the stuff y'all to get yourself joined up with and dealing with. I just had a meeting with y'all. What was the name I asked y'all had y'all ever been? What was the name? For no reason at all, I asked y'all that. What did I tell y'all about Rambo? He do what now? He keep what? He won't stop. You call Rambo down? No, sir. He not coming down. Did I not ask everybody in that room, were you Rambo? Yeah. For no reason at all, did I? I found Rambo. I found two perfect Rambos. Did I not ask every one of y'all? Did I not directly ask y'all, were you Rambo? Every time you get caught. Every time. Don't y'all know whatever y'all do, God gonna show it up? Everything, you ain't gonna hide nothing from God. You gonna get caught. It ain't gonna work. Give me further business Psalm 1. Now I know what I told y'all. You ain't gonna take it. You ain't gonna listen to me. I know how it is. You know why some of them get on their feet? They knew. It's some of them here that, oh no, it's some of them. They know. It's a Rambo. They a stand up. You know why they knew? They said, that nigga not finna put me on blast with that one. Oh, it's some for him for sure they know. Ooh, no, they weren't finna do that. You know what they said? That nigga is not finna make me look like no fool, and they don't even realize you already like a fool. You know what they said about Robin Williams when he died? Make God laugh. Y'all nigga make God laugh. Y'all make him laugh. He think, you don't think you getting in, do you? I don't want to know. Now you set them up to get on their feet to ask me. I don't want to know, though. And so they said, I don't want to know that one. That'd be tight. That'd be tight. Rambo. Why wouldn't Rambo come down? His commander told him, and you're a soldier, higher rank tell you to come down. A colonel calling you down, private, come down. That's insubordination, isn't it? Military, isn't that insubordination? Military. That man saying, come down, Rambo. No, sir. No, sir. I asked y'all, did I not ask these people, were you Rambo? They said right in my face. I know Rambo when I see him. I ain't no fool. Y'all, I'm tell you something. Y'all young people, y'all biggest problem is, I'm not your problem. Your biggest problem is you find a man bigger than me. I'm only here to do what a lot of these pastors won't do. My former pastor, what he do, he'll marry any sapsucker come along. He'll put any food that want to get together. Look, that's your stuff. Listen, I remember one time we had a fella, nice fella, good job, dressed nice, everything. He was coming out of Bonner Church. What was that church Bonner had? Church of Our Lord, Refuge Temple. Man, fella coming, nice fella. He meant to marry that girl. Woo, that girl sure dressed holy. I meant holy. Woo, she dressed holy. Man, I'm here. This girl here didn't do no dope, nothing. Didn't drink or nothing. Man, she spent night with her sister one time, and a crackhead would come knocking on the door. Said she was like a leaf blower. Said she was blowing everybody. That girl said she was at that door 11, 12. You know when a crackhead starts smoking crack to get a blowjob, you good. Everybody know about smoking dope. Crackhead don't want no dope. When they get dope, they don't want no sex. This girl here make a nigga start smoking crack for a couple hours. Now here she was. The reason I brought this up now, here she was. My pastor knew about it. And that fella talked to him about marrying and getting. He said, well, you want to get her and everything. You'll be all right. Good sister and everything like that. And I remember walking up, man, we were standing around talking. Man, some minutes, he started laughing. He said, the brother gonna marry. He want to marry this. I said, man, I was laughing. I bust out laughing because I'm like, I already know this ain't gonna happen. I said, what did he say when you told him about her doing the blowjob? He said, I ain't tell him nothing. I started laughing. I said, he gonna let that boy marry? Man, he thinking that boy he gonna take her to meet his mama. He done came to his pastor for counseling on a sister, gonna take her to meet his mama. And this girl, listen, when you blowing up crackhead, that's it. When you make a nigga, she pretty good now. You make a nigga start smoking dope, you pretty good. That first rock, you chasing that for the rest of the day. Everybody know about smoking crack. I done done no crack, no. You ain't gonna make no crackhead turn from their purpose smoking no crack. When you make a nigga start smoking crack to come there and get your leaf blower crunk up, I'm telling you now, you pretty done good. Now he gonna let her marry the girl. Cause you know he looked at, he said, that's him. Unlike him, I shoot y'all niggas slap down. So when your stuff go sour, your stuff get busted up, you already know where it come from. I make sure y'all ain't gonna never come to you that. Not one of y'all can use that junk on me and say, I went put you together. I went say, you can quit telling that lie. I the one told you don't fool with it, let it alone, and let it go, but you went opposite what I said and what you more or less going to be saying about me. I tell you, I tell your mama, I tell your dad, your sister, your cousin, and your greasy grandma on the same thing. I tell your greasy grandma she shouldn't have married your granddad, even though they've been married for 79 years. It's tight, but I come to help y'all out. A lot of times y'all don't realize something. Man, I watch y'all intent. Y'all don't, let me tell you something. Y'all don't be looking with it. It's some stuff, this is what I don't get. Why y'all put me in the middle of it? It ain't hard. This is what killed me. Y'all be, he just be saying. It ain't hard. You can smell it ain't been washed. I ain't got to put my eyes on all the garbage that know it's trash. It ain't hard to see some of this stuff y'all just don't look for. Y'all just don't have the common sense. Look at your conversation. They don't be spiritual. Look at where you're going. It makes no sense. Y'all spend more time worried about how to manipulate, how to try to get around me, how to make sure I don't find out something. And we don't realize, why am I putting in much effort on trying to get past somebody I claim supposed to be watching for my soul? If anybody I want to see it, I want the man of God to see it. Because it could be something I miss. That's why the prophet would call, what were they called before? Would mean the people didn't have the vision. Y'all don't have the vision to see irresponsible. Y'all ain't got the vision to try to see people. Listen, I tell y'all, the average y'all ain't even in love with each other. Y'all in love with the fact of getting married. I ain't gonna watch y'all and tell what you get don't make no sense. You go from fat to skinny, short to tall, black to doing their white. It makes absolutely no sense. There is absolutely no consistency in nothing a lot of y'all even do. You don't even get to sit down and know yourself before you start getting involved with stuff. Know yourself and know, is this what I want? First of all, I need something compatible with me with a mind to get saved. Niggas sitting up in here asleep now. Rambo's being here asleep on me. I'd be asleep too. I was around Bobby. And I don't know who. Well, what you slap me with some baby powder? It's Henry Earl. Y'all play around with y'all soul too much. One thing you shouldn't ever sit around and play with is your soul. If anything you have to gamble with your money, I respect you better. Gamble and lose your house and your car. I wouldn't gamble with my soul, though. I wouldn't take my chance on something with my soul. I wouldn't follow nobody if I ain't believe what they were saying. I believe the word right, everything the word right, but every advice I'm giving wrong. Why are you here? And for the average, how many times I told y'all about being good friends? Good friends, sometimes you got to hurt people. You got to hurt people. That's being friend. You being friend. What you think about outfit? What you say? Man, that thing ugly. They can get mad, but at the end of the day, when they go out there and somebody say, who that ugly? You say, I tried to tell you. Ain't that right? When other folks tell, they be like, for real? You don't think I should have wore it? No, they be sitting there saying, I tried to tell you what ugly. You wouldn't listen to me. Because a lot of times people don't want to hear from their friends. A lot of times people don't want to hear from their pals. They want somebody to tell them out there they don't know. Ain't that right? Then they can act like that must be the Lord. It was the Lord and I was telling you something. He just lets my come to confirm and try to tell you. I can help a whole lot of y'all paid attention. Really, the word I preach, it ain't going to profit you. You know why? Who know why? Not mixed with faith. Not mixed with faith. That's why we had to move along, talk about being a prisoner. A lot of them said, why you talking about these people about being a prisoner? They ain't captured by, you ain't captured by him. Y'all captured by some vagina, and then they say you're married. Then they run around and say, I's got a family now. Sugar Avery did it. Did Sugar Avery stay married? She wound up living with Oprah them by the end of it, didn't she? See, I's married don't fix all your problems. For the sake somebody can find and look and see you got somebody. You legal now. That stuff don't do nothing for you if your heart ain't right. Y'all hearing too much of a word not to be more responsible. Y'all get too far in the stuff and you don't know when to cut something out. Let me tell you something. It's just damn to me. I'll be honest with y'all. There's just certain things would be just a turn off for me. Let me tell you about me. I watch out. Y'all just keep it real. Honestly. I had a young lady I was living with years ago. You don't mind that. It might have been here. He had about stepped on it. He was, anyway. Pretty girl. PYT, pretty young thing. And had the eyes and everything. Like what's called. You ain't the first person. You ain't the first one with the mind. And all that. Just keeping it real. Tits up like care. Don't even drop. And y'all me keep it real, tell a lie. Man, we was sitting down, man, one day. That guy had to bought some rain. I bought to go to rain. Not a ring, a rain. Y'all know what a rain is, ain't it? Rain. And That thing we sitting, I had to make a grocery list. And that thing couldn't spell something. Titty drop, eye was dark in mine, ugly up right there in my face. Unlike y'all. Let me tell you about y'all now. When you don't want nothing, you'll accept anything. Y'all just like my car with, you'll rub on a dead dog and still claim it's dead. Why you want it? I'm just being honest with you. I watch y'all, it's like, at what point do you cut off? I sat here and had to think about something. Get these little carrots, go and get them eyes and that pretty face. This thing can't spell. All we need is dummy 1 and dummy 2. The kids I have, all I kept looking at, y'all would have made it. I'm just being I had to sit here and think about it, smoking weed, everything. Brain cell burnt up. I had enough sense to think, say, you can't marry this dumb girl. You ain't gonna go nowhere with this dumb girl. Both of y'all sit there together, scratch it on a piece of paper. Y'all only get the 40. That's per if she don't lose a digit. Otherwise, we done. See, I had to look at stuff in a lot of thinking. I'm looking to have a future and have something. And I ain't trying to do it with no diamond. Not y'all. Y'all look. Well, me and dummy be good. At what point do you set standards and rules for yourself, goals for yourself, saying some things not going to fit me? Some things not going to fit. That's like Cookie. Cookie and Magic Johnson. Now she know he had AIDS, she still married him? Now what that said about her self-confidence and her character? Anything will do. A lot of y'all just like Cookie. Y'all will marry anything, as long as you can say you got somebody. Do you really have somebody? Y'all got to use y'all head. Motivate a person to do better, become more. Y'all don't do that. Y'all, if you'll accept me and my Lord and stay and don't want no better, what's going to make me motivate to get up and do something? Get somebody doing nothing and see what motivates them to do something. You took me at my Lord's estate, not with the intent of me doing better, but you were comfortable with me right here. Why would I do better? Why? Look at my track record. Y'all to sit around and say, well, Pastor, I remember you said you got married. Your first job was $5.75. I assure you I made more than $5.75 before I got that job. I came out from the world selling dope. I made a whole lot more than $5.75. A whole lot more. I went to go legal. I had drive. I had ambition. I had goals. Y'all ain't got nothing. And then y'all gonna grab these people with the intent of you get somebody like me. Are y'all high? Are y'all high? Y'all got a nerve to make these niggas my equivalent? Y'all drunk. A pastor did it. First of all, I know you don't see the same kind of ambition in these people. I know you don't see no same kind of drive. Am I telling y'all to try to be like me? Not at all. I'm telling you to make sure you get saved. I'm telling y'all to sit down first and get you some self-confidence. And y'all will grab people with no, what? Let me be honest with you. For me to get a person with no self-confidence and no drive is to say, what about myself is the dangerous part. I watch some of y'all and some even married people. I watch people get people and dumb people down. Let me tell you what people do. Y'all have no idea what people do. People will get you and run you down and keep you dumb just so they can feel better about themselves. Okay. Y'all can try if you want to. Let me tell you something. Marriage can be a real dangerous tool to keep a person down. People will get you, man, and have you holding them and dead to them, and you can't get them go. You can't do nothing, and you can't go nowhere. They have no ambition to drive or doing it. They're going to keep you in that same predicament. Y'all don't see that people debt ratio. Look at where people at. Look at people ambition. You just think you're going to get somebody to sit up under here, they're going to work. If you ain't doing nothing, ain't nothing going to work. I assure you I don't sit here and just pop up and something just happen. I still got to make something happen. I still got to put some drive behind something in order for it to happen. Did the Lord give them all that land? What they had to do? Judges 1:1 first. But before you get me Judges 1:1, get me Joshua 1:1. Let me just talk to y'all now. Y'all need this talk. Y'all need this talk. Y'all be real brothers with each other and tell each other, yeah, man, I need to get me a woman. You know what I'm saying? Sow my oath. Say, man, be honest with you, man. Go and get saved. Go and get yourself together. If you don't, you ain't going to make the right decision. Let me tell you what. Am I saying, actually, listen, it's a good thing if you are saved first. I'm not saying you can't get married, but this is what I'm going to tell y'all. Look at where you at and what you entertain and what you're dealing with. Your first priority need to be getting salvation saved. If I'm going to get somebody, you're going to be on that same footed path. You ain't going to be nobody pulling me back, give me no foolishness, dealing with that, because a woman pull a man down. A bad nigga pull a woman down. In the book of Proverbs, he told you, if sinners do what? What did he tell you to do? Who gonna come and talk to me and try to get me to do something opposite of what God tell me? Why would you think that would come up? Who can we relate that to? Who can we relate that to? Adam. Had he obeyed that, why do you think the preacher was wise? He still taught the people knowledge. What you think happened to that man wife came and told that man to eat? What did he do? Where was she when she ate? Who else gonna try to pull him down? Who else gonna try to get somebody up that was of God? Y'all know what y'all niggas do. Y'all will look at somebody come to you. What does that mean you get again and smoke some weed? No, my saved brother. We can't do that. My brother in the Christ. We got my brother. Nigga, I just got through talking about smoking weed. I'm a sinner. I tried to seduce you. I tried to entice you to get you away. That's what Paul in the latter time, the Spirit try to tell y'all that. That in the latter time, some going to depart from it. Giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils. Speaking lies and hypocrisy. Having a conscience sealed. That's what Rambo did. Who going to talk Rambo down? It didn't matter who talked to him. They figured, listen, when the police tried to talk to him, he wouldn't listen. They said, well, we get one of his own, get somebody here, we know the military father rank, get a colonel to come out training. He talk to him. Surely he'll get in the colonel. No, sir, I ain't coming down. They ain't you first blood. Wow. You don't do that for real? I know y'all look at the good of the movement. Y'all don't look at, see, sometimes moves will teach you disobedience. But these people in the military, they'll tell you that's a bad thing, isn't it? You taught, man, you got to obey leadership. We taught that with the book. Book said obey them that supposed to do something. And so do what? For what reason? And they must do what? You don't think a squad leader got to give an account for the people under him? What they going to want to know, squad leader? You don't want to know, right? What happened? What happened to the platoon? You got to give an account. You gave order. What happened? They might do it with joy and not with grief. That's going to be what now? Unprofitable for you. They don't see that. You know, they can quote it, but they don't believe it. Y'all know who will quote Bible? The devil. You know what James told you? Y'all believe it what now? What you do? He said you do well. Who else believe? Go try to, you know what y'all know the devil a big liar. Go try to tell him to say it 3 gods. He said, I ain't finna be telling that lie. He said, devil, I ain't gonna tell it. I believe it wasn't. That bad devil said, no, y'all know the devil came through with 9 gods. You quit that lie. I believe it wasn't God now. And now that y'all know what he do? You tremble now. Y'all scared. You put on blast. Now y'all trembling. You tremble. Devil? That be devil. Y'all tremble before them. Just to be honest with you, I'm just keeping it flat real with y'all. This stuff is risky. Y'all wait and put me in position. This is what killed me. Y'all will put me in position. You'll keep pushing. I'll be sitting here saying, all the signs of him saying, no, don't. But why you keep going? What is it about you that you still see danger, detriment, and destruction versus, like Brandon said, this is my journey. I got to save my soul. Whose journey this is? It's your journey. Sometimes y'all might be looking at people, man, they separate. You know when they got to a point in their life, they had to realize, this is my journey. It's beautiful, man, a wife or husband go to. Ain't nothing more beautiful. But at the end of the day, whose journey is it? I got to save myself. At the end of the day, I got to save myself. You can come in together. Brother, God, who we love, this is what we've been looking for. Somebody turn around, lay on the side. This ain't what I want to do. Then what you going to do? It got to become your journey. It's got to be your journey at the start. So before y'all start trying to load in these relationships, you better make sure you load on God first. That's just ball out. I got to decide and consider. This word come and hit you and you can't take it and you gone. Where that leave me at? I'm sitting up here and energized a bunch of times. I'm tired, boss. I'm tired. You in trouble. Huh? Mr. Plumber here $4, $5 get cut off. What you going to do? You got to still be able to stand. I'm just being honest now. Listen, to be honest with y'all, that's the most real thing you got to deal with. Before you get here on the side and look at the person and say, regardless of what you do, I still got to keep standing. I got to make up my mind, look at it. Am I ready to cut this water faucet on for a while? If you cut the food, I got to cut it back off and keep standing. If I ain't, it just better just leave the plumbing off. Just wait till I'm ready. Just be honest. For the sake of getting somebody, because it's just been long enough, I'm going to get too old out the wild. I ain't going to be able to have no kids. Man, ain't no reason to get married. That's somebody sitting here with all these kids. It's all the happy. These kids ain't going to make that. These kids make you, they'll drain you out, dry you down. And you in a rotten relationship, that make kids miserable. It may having kids miserable when you in a rotten relationship. I'm trying to teach y'all something, help y'all. That's not the answer. Kids are not the answer. Get somebody not the answer. There are a lot of people. Look how many, never before you find so many women. What this syndrome they get when they get these kids? That fella said they get Down syndrome. The women? But you know what about you? Were caught up so quick. That fella said, what did they get? He's Down syndrome. The postpartum. Think about it. And some of it come from the kids just having repetitively back and back, and they stuck by themselves. They got to do all the maintenance, taking care of them. The husband gone, they down. Now they locked low. Dr. Phil told them they crazy. Oprah told them they crazy. All my children told them I'm crazy. Isn't that right? Tyler Perry said I'm crazy. Him and Medea. Now they done lost all the kids dead. Y'all didn't look at a mental state of a person. Let me tell you something. It's stuff. Y'all, they don't even listen to pay attention to. Listen, I done seen all the signs. They just been quick. Bam, bam, bam. I picked right up on them. It's like Luke. What did Luke say he had? Who remember, bro?
Perfect understanding.
I got perfect understanding from the beginning. I can hear something pick it right up off y'all and realize that nigga ain't got, listen to him. You ain't got nothing to feed a squirrel. I ain't talking about down now. I'm talking about in your head. Peter said, well, I think you were going now. Probably later, but not now. But I'm talking about up here. Just being honest with y'all. Y'all don't pick up stuff to save y'all life, do y'all? Anybody want to stand their feet and say, just tell me just what my problem is. This side, he ain't even going to attempt it. They're not even going to attempt it. They're not even going to attempt it. They're not even going to attempt it. They already know. They're saying, Lord, this stuff getting too close for comfort. I start narrowing down side, don't I? Huh? They get tight. Nobody, they don't want to ask me. They don't want to talk about that, do they, Andre? They don't want to talk about that. What you doing? Sit your behind down. What is she doing? Ken, what's wrong with her? You want to preach or something? What do you want? What's your problem? I ain't talking to you right now. That's your problem right now. So we start to narrow this side down, don't we? Getting closer and closer. You're getting closer and closer, ain't it? Oh, yeah, it's starting to sweat now. What's wrong with this side? Nobody want to stop here and know? Set your behind down. What's wrong with this side over here? Set your black behind down now. What's wrong with this side right here? I know what I would do. If I was in a relationship, I was on that side, I wouldn't be in after the night. I can't take it. I just saw right then, I couldn't take it. I wouldn't be in it. Don't make sense. I can help y'all out real quick. Y'all snap on y'all feet now. Make sure y'all got on y'all big draw, big bra. It's tight, ain't it? Y'all know why I had to do it like this? Because the only way y'all going to take it if I keep it straight with y'all. Give it to you straight, no chaser, help y'all out. Key things y'all say, shoot y'all in the foot. People just don't catch them. Because y'all know what y'all be too big worried about. Well, we just don't want nobody to have nobody. I always remember that. Why am I single people? Raise your hands up, single people. I always remember the reason why I want you to be married, because I want you. That's always the key of why I want you to be married. See, once we debunk that lie, then we can move to the truth then, can't we? So then we move on to the next subject, huh? I'm trying to stop you from killing you. Now y'all don't realize y'all going to wind up hurting yourself. See, I'm in it for real when I try to tell y'all something. Unlike y'all, I don't get no pleasure out of seeing people just messed up. I know they say, he embarrassed people. Sometimes embarrassing you can be the best help than rather let you go make a fool out yourself later on and you sit up and you can't get nobody else. You can do like some of them do, leave out and get you somebody else. But always in your heart and mind, you're going to know you're an adulterer. Don't fool yourself. You're going to know you're an adulterer and you know you're going to hell. It better make sure you make your move, you make it right the first time. This thing critical. Y'all hear me? This thing real critical. Everybody can't take it. Y'all got too many bad sets on set. Y'all got too many bad decision making to show all the signs of, no. I don't know how y'all don't see it for yourself. Why? How many times I tell that? If you stay in my radar, that's already signs. I pick up stuff y'all say, y'all don't listen. You know when somebody talk, your hearing will divert from him, brother. Bam! That's your hearing. He hear what he want to hear. That's why so many women get raped. They go to court. She besides said, stop. He said, I ain't heard nothing. If you look in your drawers, not now, later on, you'll notice something he don't have. Ears. He don't have no ears. So he ain't heard nothing. He don't have ears. He can't hear. That when you get silence and you be sitting up, he be saying, I've been like that. He can't hear a thing. You know we have to control it. You got to have a mind. If you ain't got no mind, I'm trying to tell you, you get yourself in a real bad situation. What look good today won't be good tomorrow. Keep living. Change come. Once things start selling, you really look at what you get yourself into, and you start thinking, everything you missed before come back up and you realize you didn't miss it. You heard it, but you just thought you were going to work around it. And that'll shoot you in the foot later. For whatever reason, the Lord let me stop y'all, tell y'all, I can help y'all out. Y'all ain't going to listen, though. I already know. Once your mind get to turning and you start listening with Mr. Pud, Mr. Pud ain't got no ears. He don't hear nothing. But John ain't got none either. It's just an open sore. You get a deaf man and an open sore together and you make a whole lot of trouble. You can create a whole lot of little infections that you start putting out here and they come up twisted. A lot of these kids tell they come up in dysfunctional home because the parents are dysfunctional. Y'all don't even see people are Y'all can't see it, huh? Like, you know, y'all gonna say, I see it because Pastor said we can't see it, so I gotta say I see it. Because y'all can't see it. Being friends, this is what I would hope y'all would do being friends. Be friends with a person or another to tell them the truth. So I'll be honest with you. Pastor can tell you okay, but you ain't stupid. You know good and done well. You ain't got a bird brain. You ain't got no business trying to get married. That's just being a friend with somebody. First thing y'all do, want to push these people up, shoot these people out, go get a dress, go get a suit, and all they're going to do is get that suit and dress and make a fool out themselves. Because y'all ain't got the capability of a brain to even try to get it together. You ain't got enough sense to listen, learn when to cut stuff off. Just say, thank you. You know, it's a difference with finding out you can be good friends with a person. It's friends that have started relationships and wind up losing good friendships. Is that not true? Yeah. Some people lost good friend relationships. Because you know what they tell you? To be good lovers, you got to be good friends. Now, this is me. I had some good love out there. We weren't no friends. So that's not no true statement. You just be reciting stuff y'all hear people say. Leave friendship where friendship go. When you move relationship, that is something else. Y'all hear me? That is another ball game. Y'all got to learn that. Sometimes you have stuff in common with a person. That don't mean no relationship for no marriage. Right. Y'all sit down and be real with yourselves. Stop just looking to get somebody so you can walk around and say you got somebody. There ain't no reason to get nobody. Please y'all stop and use y'all head. It's way too hard. You got to already sit here and battle with job. You got to deal with self-ambition. You got to deal with failures. You got to deal with inferiority complex you go through. Then you go get somebody. What they got to deal with? Your mess compiled with their mess. Now you got a bigger mess. Use your head. The stuff you got to stick in a marriage to do. No, you ain't going to be able to do it. You're going to be in there. You're going to be working dysfunctionally. You're not going to be realistic. Y'all ain't realistic now. Y'all all right? Amen. Y'all need to know this. What I tell y'all, I said on one, I said on a lot of people out there, they already stuck in some screwed up stuff. Once a date gets set and you start off, now you can't turn back. Now you out there. Now they done told their family. Now they done bought their stuff. Now you're behind. No, you seeing everything say stop, but too much going on. And guess who gonna fix it though? The Lord. What I'm gonna do is just pray a little harder, and the Lord gonna fix something he done already showed you. This is a baboon mess. Why would he come fix it? If the Lord done told you to do something, it do to your benefit for you to follow it. Make sure y'all get where y'all need to be and stop worrying about some done penis and vagina. That's going to come. Get yourself right first. Learn how to enjoy yourself. Then you been enjoyment to somebody else and get somebody got confidence. Y'all always say people ain't got confidence. Why you marrying somebody ain't got no confidence? That says a lot about you. That says a lot about you. You know what you're going to do? You're going to try to build yourself up off of somebody who ain't got no confidence. That's a sickness in itself. That's a sickness. I got to get somebody with no confidence to make me feel like I got confidence. Not at all. Not at all. Be a man. Make your own way. I don't want nobody. I got to belittle in order for me to meet somebody. I'm just being honest. I don't need it. Can I really judge myself at being somebody? If I'm going to judge myself by somebody I had to make me smaller and dumber than me in order for me to be better? I want somebody going to ask something to me. Somebody going to make me strive to go do something. Not y'all. Somebody take you just the way you are, ain't going to push you, ain't going to motivate you, ain't going to require nothing from you, and don't want nothing. That makes you feel better about yourself. That in itself says there's a mental problem. Y'all all right? Amen. Y'all don't like the relationship talk, do you? They're pre-suicide. Therefore, you go ahead and slit your wrist. It's all I'm doing. Preventing men, I can say y'all. Now y'all continue on anyway, but I already know your stuff ain't right. I already know. Lord don't lead me wrong. I already know he don't lead me wrong. I just sit back to watch y'all see how far y'all going to go, though. That's dangerous. Very, very dangerous. Y'all young people, y'all be smarter. Y'all hear me? I'm just being honest. Y'all be smart. You see signs, you say, don't keep pushing something ain't down. Anything you get, you ain't going to have to jump through no hoops, go over no railroad track, commit no suicide to get it. You just ain't going to have to do it. You hear me? If it's right, it's going to be right. You hear me? If you got to hide it, cover it up, it's just not for you. You hear me? You got to get somebody, they suicidal, they destructive, you don't need it because they're going to wind up falling, that same thing going to wind up falling on you and it'll pull you down. You can lose a lot of time and years before you know it. A lot of these women here testify and tell you can lose a lot of time in a relationship. And by the time you realize you've been dumbed down and made a fool of, you'll realize I've lost a majority of my life where I could have aspired to been something other than being pulled down and held back. It happened to men too. You got women to do that. Some of y'all don't realize that. Let me tell you what an older woman will do to y'all too, some of y'all. They'll get you. They'll get you. You got to be real smart. A lot of y'all not that smart. I can tell you, ask me, no, you're not that smart. Let me tell you something. An older woman get a young man sometimes, she already knows what she's doing. She get him. She already knows she's going to outthink him. She already know how to make him feel more mature when she want to. Then she know how to believe. Let him know when she want to get it. You just a boy. You don't know. Shoot you in your foot. Then you got to deal with it. She old enough to me to tell me, actually, you are a boy to her. She not a striking there and get you back. I'm trying to tell you a lot of stuff. Y'all don't be thinking. A lot of them get you, they'll maneuver you, make you think you're more man than what you are, then let on and tell you, and you want to learn later on, you really a boy. Who in here know what I'm talking about? Let me tell you something. I've been there with older women. I know, it made me feel like I was a real man. Then they know to come back and strike you back. Tell you, you don't know that little boy. You trying to feel a little boy, let you know the sex don't make you a man. You might just go, y'all want to keep it real with y'all. See, what y'all think will count you as a man and having sex? No, responsibility. See, I've been through that. Older women been there. I know how they play. I know how they operate. They'll get you because you're a long-time sex goer. The older guy, he can't go as long as the young boy will. They'll get you for the sex. They ain't got you for the maturity. They'll get you. Then there come time you need to operate as a man. You realize you ain't a man. You're a boy. And some of them will drag you out to make you older than what you are. And they'll suck the life out of you. Trying to tell you now. Y'all ain't got to believe. This is my first rodeo. I don't know what I'm talking about. A lot of stuff, y'all don't have no idea. I tell them, I just say, white folks, shut your mouth. You don't know about no women. Shut your mouth. Man, I've been around the world and back again. Y'all hear me? I'm like a friend. Look at me, I've been around the world twice. I done seen everybody at least one time. Y'all hear me? If I miss you the first time, I saw you the second time when I came by. This stuff don't move me. Ain't nothing new on the sun. Been there, done that, baby. Got the T-shirts to prove it. Don't let these folks make no fool like that. Why? Listen, I could be real about mine. I know everybody laugh. I done all that chandelier swinging. I done all that bang-a-lang from the night hour to the morning. All in the midnight hour. All that stuff get going, son. Do you have any substance? They don't realize, but you got to have some substance. Y'all ain't got it. You ain't got substance before you go in. How you going to get it later? Some of these relationships not going to let you mature in them. You going to get them, it's going to be too late. You're going to be behind, and that's going to hurt you. There's a lot of relationships never catch up. You can get more time than you got maturity in them, and you lost. Man, you know how many older people don't even talk? You know what bad? I heard older people say, why they don't talk? They said, we don't talk about everything. How you don't talk about everything? Because you know what you wind up realizing? Everything we actually got into it for, ain't nothing to talk about. We can't do it no more. The whole relationship was built on sex. The whole relationship was built on convenience. When all that changed and you got real responsibility and time start changing, what do you have? Absolutely nothing. Y'all folks got an opportunity to use y'all head and be smarter than a lot of us did. I had to learn and mature in my relationship. The Lord had to teach me and show me, son, what you went after, that stuff is temporary. Y'all think when I get on y'all think it's always, he trying to kill somebody, trying to bad. I'm trying to keep y'all making a fool out yourself, and you be another one of my men be sitting here with no spouse. Because everybody ain't going to sit around and wait to mature and grow into something. Some people going to go. How many of y'all that married him, you grown and you're married through this teaching? Your word changed a whole lot of stuff from what you thought when you originally got into marriage. Man, people tell you that. You hear for rich or for poor, in sickness and health. Who actually taking it? Who else is paying attention to this? You don't listen to that stuff. That's preliminaries. You're looking at what's the chance that gonna ever be me? That means, I'm gonna be rich. Ain't happened yet. I'm on 20 years. Sick, I ain't gonna never get sick. Cause you to check my blood pressure, everything was perfect. You think I saw later on blood pressure? Heart damage? You thought I could have foresaw that? Didn't see it. So a lot of stuff that man would tell me, you don't listen to that stuff. Let's get to the bang-a-lang. Then you start learning later. You don't know what situation you're gonna get in. And a lot of y'all, you ain't mature enough, you ain't ready for it. And I'm trying to help y'all out so you don't get your feeling hurt later on. Lord, let you come right up here and get it. And as soon as you leave, you sick with it and stuck with it the rest of your life. All I'm doing is trying to help y'all out so y'all use your head so you can make better decisions. The Lord might let you get it and hold it for a little while and then take it from you to let you see what you're made of. Let you see what you really made of, what your real character is. Is it about the relationship or is it about the Lord? Because when you come in here, y'all in a different setting than us. You came in here with nothing, and then all of a sudden you make somebody your whole life from a relationship, and y'all ready to depart with somebody you dating with. I couldn't imagine it. I couldn't imagine walking out of here with nobody on a date. I couldn't imagine the conversation. I couldn't imagine nobody having a conversation with me. How would that work? I didn't come here with you. I ain't even known you long enough to have a conversation. How would that work for me? That means, what am I actually hearing? Every time I come, what am I hearing? What's going through my ears? What am I really saying around resonate? I know what it is. Schlong. Schlong and vagina. That's all I'm hearing the whole time. Because if it's that easy, why I still show up? Y'all don't even consider how dangerous that is. It's dangerous. Let me say, any one of us here, they can go through my mind too. They ain't got to come out my mouth, though. The book tells us to cast down what? Let me tell you what ain't going to happen. Certain things you know not to say to certain people. Y'all know why? It's going to get back or you're going to get shot down. Some of these brothers know what sister not saying about do it. Well, hey, let me touch your breast. I know it's funny, but some of these brothers not already. Don't try that. That junk gonna go real bad. I'm gonna get slapped in the mouth. They gonna get back to the pastor. The brother gonna beat the brakes off. Just too many variables happen. So when people can sit down and have conversations with you on certain things, what, you don't think they weighed it up before they even told you that? You saw no signs. This is what y'all don't think. You saw no signs before I came. Before you ask somebody, you're going to think, what they go back and tell her? What if it get out? I done weighed all that and I'm going to do it. Because I done seen you and saw you weak enough that you'll hear this and it ain't going to go nowhere. Y'all don't think like that, do y'all? I do. Y'all know how I tell y'all about certain statement. We got a thing that me and the brother do when somebody say something. Y'all know what we'll say. They weren't talking to me, they were talking to you. We'll start talking to somebody. It's funny what we start saying. Because I told y'all certain things people tell you because they feel like you're. So if you have a conversation with me or me and you go, let's do something that totally contradict the word. Matter of fact, we're going to go to hell. I had to think about that before I brought that to you. I had to weigh that. Then I brought it to you because I felt like you was stupid. It ain't going to go nowhere. Y'all don't get that, do y'all? A lot of stuff I tell y'all don't wait. Now y'all starting to think, ain't you? I said, what's going on? What am I should be thinking about? Trying to show y'all the danger y'all sitting here hearing the word from week after week and you still in a transgressional state. You're still in a state where you haven't matured enough. And Paul told in the 4th chapter of the book of Ephesians, verse 20, you hadn't learned Christ. You couldn't have. Some stuff y'all don't realize, it insults your intelligence. Some stuff insults your intelligence. So what does it demonstrate about me? What does it say about me that we had that conversation? That you thought it was okay for me and you to go do that? Because I know you're weak. I insult y'all like that to let you know what a person had to think about you. They had to say you weak enough. You'll do that. You ain't got no brain of your own. You've been sitting here in the word, but you can't think. Because if you're into me, you haven't been thinking. I'm not into the word. Y'all all right? Anybody on this side want to ask me any questions? Oh, they don't want to talk about that, huh, Andre? Nobody want to talk about that? That thing's serious. Who got some milk? It's getting real serious, ain't it? I'll make sure I keep it real with all y'all in here. Because I want to help y'all out. But these folks looking around that room saying, where eyes at? Where he looking at? It ain't that Sister Lancaster. Mike, I'm looking at you. Shut your mouth. I ain't talking about you. What's that? My job at the end of the day is to make sure we all get in. Y'all hear me?
Amen.
All I want y'all to do is sit down, know how to laugh, and know when you need to put your thinking caps on. Know when you need to sit down and really look at reason, look at what's good for you. It ain't hard to know what's good for you. It's something sad when you take something that's destructive to yourself. I was very destructive to myself years ago. That's why I get on y'all. I know how to look, depend on people, and use people to try to better yourself. I was a fearful man years ago. Honestly, when I married my wife, it was out of fear. It was out of fear of I had been used to using other people to do things for me. That was a caring for, but a lot of it was fear too. Fear of being by myself, the fear of having to take care and do things for myself and not having somebody to help me to do it. And then I had to get past that and start realizing, don't use nobody for your survival skill. Learn how to survive for yourself. When I tell y'all the word taught me how to love my wife, I'm telling you the truth. What you call love, a lot of y'all, you don't know what you're talking about. Shut your mouth. I'm being honest with you. Y'all don't hear the truth or hear the lie. Most people in their relationship, because it's about dependability. They need the other person. It's not a fact of I can make it with or without you. I tell my wife in an instant, she would tell you that. When someone, I said, listen, you can go. You know why I can say I'm confident? I'm comfortable with myself to know I can survive. I say that in another way to let her know I don't have you here because I need. Without you, I ain't going to be able to do nothing. I got to depend on you for everything I got. I learned how to depend on myself. Y'all got me? I have you here because I want to be with you. You hear me? Not because without you, who going to help me pay bills? I don't know how to read. A lot of people get stuck in. A lot of our older black men got stuck in relationships. The wife did everything. They ain't signed nothing. She give it to them. She read it. Anything, read this. He couldn't do nothing for himself. I don't want to be dependent or have somebody they looking at, I got you because I can't do. No, I can do for myself. That's the first thing I learned how to do. Now, when I got into it, some of my intent wasn't the right intent, but then I learned. Now, when I get on y'all, it's not because I'm trying to make you so stupid. I'm trying to get you into something. Make sure that's what you want to do. Because some people don't learn how to transition in their marriages. Some people stay dormant in that situation and never change. And you're only in it because what else you got? And some of these people trapped in these relationships, you can't even let them die. Number one, they ain't got no insurance. Number two, he ain't got no income. You got to keep that. That nigga died, you got to be sucking mud trying to put him back up here because you ain't going to make it without him. Y'all be surprised. Let me tell you something. The human mind and nature is very dangerous. Let me tell you something. Everybody don't have to come to kill you with a gun and a knife. People can kill you in relationships because they'll lock you in, and before you realize you've been trapped, it's over. Can I ask you a question? Where you at now, looking back over your marriage, where you were, do you feel like you were trapped all those years? Do you feel like you lost a lot of years? She's not the only person. Tell her, it's stuff you don't actually, by the time you catch on that a person have manipulated you and set you up, you know what? You've lost so much time till you're like, okay, I take off from now. Then you try to figure what happened back here. Now you got to second guess every judgment you make. And I get on y'all because I try to make you think instead of being somebody's fool. I wish somebody had that conversation with me years ago. Nobody talked to me to set me down and tell me what I tell y'all. I talk to y'all, I talk from the heart. Unlike these other preachers, they just sit around and tell you lies. After all, it ain't their expense. They get a check, they get some cash money when they marry you. Whatever happened, that's your business. And then you're going to pay for any marital advice you're going to get. Counseling going to cost you. And you're going to make an appointment. And then you're going to sit down and go through a bunch of your junk. I try to sit down and save y'all a whole lot of trouble by sitting down and first know yourself. A lot of y'all got too much junk and too much baggage to get somebody. You're just being honest. Y'all got stuff. Y'all still too selfish. They like looking with Dwayne. He's too cheap to get married. That woman not going to be eating no kids' meal. Y'all laugh. Keep on. Hit it. But you know what? That's him. It works for him. When you get a married, you can't do that. Y'all know the Bible said about a man that have the wife. How he might do what? No, y'all said, man, I ain't finna be doing that for my wife. Don't get one then. I'm just, man, you get a wife, man, you care about your wife. You care about, you going to try to get some things for her. I want to get some things for mine. She'll come and want some money. I don't want her to give it up, but guess what? I'd rather I be broke than her. I don't want her to die. She said, oh, you want me on the street broke? I don't want that. I had to put it in her hand. I got to do it. I got to get it for her. That's what she want. I got to get it for her. I got to care for the thing. That's just going on. That's my wife. I don't want my wife looking for no another man. She started looking at that thing. No, he got her in the buck. She ain't no deal. All right. I'm trying to tell them the truth, ain't it? It don't take much. They know these women. Y'all know good well. Woman, don't take much. Got to keep out of too much. And she ain't got nothing. You sit around here, got her struggling the whole lot of time. Next thing you know, that shit in the buck. You try to ask your wife, you taking yoga? Walk on and see you can put both of her legs behind her head. You be looking like a fool now. That fella taking her to lunch at Red Lobster. And she getting them little hot biscuits. Trying to tell you now. He fella don't know, man. Fella keep putting some time in it. Then you go, let me tell you something. Get married, you got to realize, you got to put in a whole bunch of time to get the money. Then you got to cut time because then they want time with them. Am I telling the truth? You can't win. Get out, get two jobs. They go, you gone too much. I can't win. You got to be able to work 2-3 jobs and be at home at the same time. Some kind of way you got to do it. They want more, you got to go get it. And then when you get it, you need to be at home. So then you don't have, what's wrong with you now? You don't never be him. Wow. Quit one of them jobs. You need to get out here and try to do more. You hear what Pastor said. Listen, it's such a balance of things you got to do. And you still got to be able to put in time. Then you get somebody dysfunctional who don't want you to go nowhere. These niggas following you like the Bible told me he get married. He don't get an SU. He don't get an RV. He going to park it in the park like his job. His wife going to be in the RV while he inside at work. He's going to come outside for lunch. Let me tell you the part about this. Let me tell you something about this. Did y'all notice I was laughing? Because I had to pick up what dysfunction at. Don't get me wrong. It is funny. See, I listen to stuff a little deeper than y'all do. I had to look at stuff. See, something says something. This is a person that's possessive. Y'all catching that. Now y'all saying, oh, yeah, I caught. No, you didn't. Because everything is funny. I have to look deeper at statements made saying something says to have somebody locked in an SUV or have them in an RV on the property where you work and wait on you to come out for lunch. When you're going to be out kind of regular. They ain't getting no breaks. That says something. I'm being honest with you. Then there's an insecurity problem. Yeah. When a person lock a person down, it's because of insecurity. They're afraid better might come or they're going to lose something, so they got to be right there to hold it, and keep it locked down. So nobody else can get it. Y'all didn't hear that. See, when y'all laugh and do stuff, that's how I had to look at it. When y'all make statement, me being a pastor, I got to look further than what you said, and I got to pick up where the problem at. Remember we talked about that time about dying, being on life support? Remember how I said unplug me? No, that didn't. I was nigga hook up all the battery, car battery, whatever you need, and generate. I'm trying to live. Remember one of them said do what? Unplug them. That says something. Y'all don't pay attention though, do you? I have to. It says something about your life. The quicker it can end, the better. Y'all don't see that though. Because a lot of times everything will be funny. I can laugh, but make no mistake. Don't nothing y'all say get past me. Absolutely not. You know what? If stuff got past me like it got past y'all, I'll be sitting in them seats with y'all and somebody else will be up here leaning doing this. I can't afford to miss nothing y'all say. I can't afford to miss nothing y'all do. If I don't, y'all will mess around and outthink me. I got to watch. Because you'll know it's a problem and you'll sit there and you won't even do nothing about it. You don't want to make no change. You're comfortable the way you are. I challenge y'all to be better. Really examine yourself and see how you're really comfortable with yourself. If you're not comfortable with yourself, getting somebody ain't going to give you no confidence. That's got to start with self. I know because that's what I had to do. I had to learn for myself. I had to achieve for myself to be comfortable with Tony. I had to be with myself to get to know Tony. And a lot of you hadn't ever done it. You thinking somebody's going to come fulfill you and it's going to make you and you wrong. What you going to do when that person not there? If it take a person to make me, what I'm going to do when the person gone? Absolutely nothing. Because the definition of me is having somebody else. The definition of me is what somebody else and how somebody else make me feel. Versus what do you say about yourself? What's your definition of yourself? Without any of your things. Without your relationship. Define yourself. I'll tell you right now, nothing. Because you never looked at it. You never had a reason to look at it. The only reason you living is because of relationship or whatever else you got. Ain't because of you. Ain't because you see your own self-worth. Most people don't. This is what I want y'all to work on doing for me today. Tonight, by Sabbath, day, whatever. Sit down and write what defines you. When I question some of y'all, I want the definition. Don't have it, probably put you out. Give me a definition. I want you to define you without your things. Without anything you got. Mention your marriage, I kick you out of him. Define you. You know what? I want you to really challenge. I want you to define yourself. Don't put your job in it. Don't put anything. Define yourself. Give yourself worth. I want you to put a value down on it. At the end of it, give me a value. Are we clear? I want this from y'all. Y'all hear me? Sit down and consider who you are. Look at where you're going. Does everything you have, does it point you in the direction of where you're going or does it sway you off? Be honest with yourself. Be honest. And you know the answer. Y'all hear me?
Amen.
This is something you need to do. Every one of us in here, you need to know yourself. Look at what you got. Look at what your dedication of time and what you got. Is it in it for you or is it all for somebody else? What are you actually doing for yourself? Getting somebody? Know yourself. Y'all got me?
Amen.
At the end, to our own self, be true. That's good, brother. Thank the Lord.